another beautiful night here in Elgin, Minnesota, Bulldog fans. We are lining up for the national anthem, getting ready for the Bulldogs to take on the Eagles of Dover, Eyota.
With that, we're going to turn it over to PA announcer Paul Arsvald.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DEM Sports Complex in Elgin. Tonight's Retro Three Rivers Conference matchup features the Eagles from Dover, Eyota and your Plainview Elgin Millvale Bulldogs. Ladies and gentlemen, we please ask you to rise and remove all head cover. Tomorrow marks 20 years since the tragic attacks that happened on 9/11. Please stand for a moment of silence as we honor those that lost their lives in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Somerset County, Pennsylvania. We also would like to honor all the men and women that responded that day and the days since as firefighters, policemen, EMTs, and the armed forces. Thank you. We ask that you remain standing as the Bulldog Pep Band, under the direction of Jack Tessling, leads us with the national anthem. Thank you, Bulldog Pep Band. And now, for tonight's starting lineups. First, the Eagles from Dover, Eyota. At wide receiver, number 1, Landon Clausen. At wide receiver, number 5, Gavin Gust. At wide receiver, number 6, Braden Swede. At wide receiver, number 9, Nolan Thompson. Quarterback, number 10, Levi Williams. Running back, number 11, Landon Leonards. Offensive lineman, number 53, Jackson Dolman. Offensive lineman, number 55, Carson Mitchell. Offensive lineman, number 56, Tyler Mix. Offensive lineman, number 64, Addison Hunsey. And offensive lineman, number 76, Jackson Welsh. The Eagles are coached by Brett Vessel, Ike Vessel, John Hoswalk, Aaron Dust, Bryce Hine, Ricky Smith, and Josh Dufresne. And now, introducing to you the Plainview Elgin Mobile Bulldog football family.
If you can see me, yeah, you can pull it over there if you want. Yeah, just barely. There you go. All right, it's been a while since we've been in the booth here. Last time I think it was about, I'd say a good 50 degrees cooler up in here.
easily 50 degrees cooler up here.
And
A year ago.
As long as it's been since we've been in the booth, it's been even longer since the Bulldogs have played the Eagles. I know in talking with Coach Lamb, this is the first time they played him since he's been head coach. Coach Brighton, you got any idea how long it's been?
Oh, we were trying to think that this the other night, and I think maybe 2012, somewhere in that window. I feel like maybe like a Blaine Miller senior year, something like that.
So definitely put
Eric Raymond's senior year.
So pushing a good 10 years since we've seen the Eagles.
Eagles are coached by Brett Vessel. He's no stranger to the Bulldogs. Coached down at La Crescent for a while, was over at Austin, and now he's leading the Eagles over at Dover Eyota. He's got plenty of memories about the Bulldogs. We actually lost a playoff game to them one year down in La Crescent, and so he's looking forward to this game, I'm sure, as much as we are.
There you go.
For those old-timers out there in Bulldog football land, Brett Vessel, you probably recognize that name. He is the brother of Rory Vessel, former football coach and Phi Ed teacher here at PEM. All right, we're getting ready for the kickoff. Dover Eyota will receive with their backs to the scoreboard.
Set to kick off, number 80, Glenn Schmidt.
It said live stream, says Chatfield, not DE on the scoreboard, on the insert. All right, here we go. Got her beat up. Glenn Schmidt's started for the Bulldogs. Beautiful night. Ball is away. It's going to be down to about the 10. Fielded cleanly. He's going to return that up the middle. Runs into a pile of Bulldogs.
Number 2, that's Trayton Thesson, a senior. Oh, I'm sorry, that was junior Gavin Gus, number 5.
Yeah, our spotter's a liar. He didn't start out on a very good note.
Yeah,
He's 0 for 1.
He had it backwards there.
The way to go is up. I'm not a math scientist.
That is true. You are no math scientist. All right, we'll see that Darren Wingert led 3-4 defense. The Bulldogs ran that last year. He's got him really flying to the ball again this year. Let's see what Dover Eyota comes out with. I watched a little film on them. Looked to be an offense very similar to the Bulldogs with some of that read option stuff. You'll see a lot of down blocks out of the linemen. Here we go. 3 receivers in the set, 2 near, 1 far. A little option here, a little RPO. Quarterback's going to keep. He's going to be close to a first down.
That is number 10, Levi Williams. He's a sophomore quarterback for the Eagles.
Pick up on 10.
All right, so another first down. Looks like we got trips to the right. 1 receiver far, 4 receivers in the set. Maybe we had trips on that last one, and I didn't see them through my microphone stand. Oh, we got a cheating on those guys. When I say cheating, that means we'll have a penalty here. I didn't see who jumped first, but on motion like that, it's usually the offense. Pretty early in the season there, Coach Matty, will probably see the defense a little bit ahead of the offense scheme-wise and complexity. Usually takes a couple, 2-3 weeks before that offense of those kids catch up to the defense.
Absolutely.
A lot more to learn.
In week 2, just 1 game under their belt. Got maybe a scrimmage as well. Bulldogs headed to Triton for theirs to get some things worked out, but you don't get too deep into the playbook right away.
No, especially when you lose a bunch of seniors and you get a whole new junior class, and so they got to learn on the fly. Everybody's got the same set of problems, though. Nobody's worried about yours. There's a quarterback keep.
Pushing the pile a little bit there.
Connor McGuire on the blitz had him in the backfield and got eluded there. Looked like Connor might have left his feet a little bit instead of squaring him up. It's going to be a 2nd and about 11. I probably don't need to do that as much this year because since we had our new toy.
Yeah, when we got the character generator here set up, you'll see in the wide angle, you get the down distance clock, all that good stuff.
Bulldogs showing blitz here. There's a good blitz by Victor Martinez Sosa. Good adjustment by Victor. He comes up to the line on the blitz. One thing I don't like about the stream is there's no replay to show you. He comes up to the line. He gets a little deep in the backfield, kind of overruns that veer route on that running back, but makes a good recovery and makes a play. Because it's 3rd and very long. This is a good time to bring some pressure, Coach Wingert. This is definitely a passing down.
I know the defense wants to stay active today. Lots of stunts out of the Bulldogs last week, hoping to keep that pressure on the Eagles tonight as well.
Ball down the sideline to number 6.
Testing out Caden Peters.
Picked by Caden Peters.
That's an interception by Caden Peters.
Big play for Peters. First time they get kind of that 3rd and long situation. They try out what is Peters? He is a junior. Try out that junior quarterback. Caden comes up, goes up high. Good basketball player, Peters.
Yeah.
Goes up, pulls down that rebound.
State track athlete.
Even might have boxed out a little bit there. Caden Peters' first interception on the season, second interception on the season for the Bulldogs as a team. Bulldog offense come out. They're going to be led by Connor McGuire. I would venture to guess we'll see Hunter Tennis in the backfield. Yeah, number 13.
Sounded like the Bulldogs hoping to really establish the run game early here and then open some things up here later in the first half. Oh.
A little flag on a play.
Going to get a hold here. Can't do that.
From the angle there.
Oh, is that a block in the back? What is that one?
Referees will talk it over. We'll get the signal from them in a second here.
And we do want to clarify here, we are playing Dover Eyota. We got the scoreboard. We got to get that set up. Hopefully at the end of the quarter we'll get that switched over. We are playing Dover Eyota tonight, not Chatfield.
I was just looking at the program here, see if we had the names of the referees tonight, but I don't see them.
I can tell you who I don't see out there, and that's Tim Stilo. I know he's probably home watching this. Shout out to Stilo. Did a nice job at the JV game on Tuesday of this week. Had Mr. Stilo out there helping the kids out, showing them the right from wrong.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tim Stilo.
I prefer Sir Stilo.
Tore his ACL referee in a state tournament game. I believe he finished the game and then got it looked at.
Likes to get a couple of games in before he flies.
There's Connor
south.
McGuire on the keep. He's going to get a couple yards there. Tackled by Gavin Gust on the play, assisted by Trayton Thiesing for Dover Eyota for the Eagles.
Expecting we're going to hear Gus' name quite a bit here tonight. He's already returned to kick, had a couple carries on offense, already showing up on the defensive side as well. Gus, just a junior.
There was a time, I was looking at the rosters tonight, there was a time not so long ago, maybe within the last 15 years, when both of these teams would have had a lot of one-way players. But for whatever reason, numbers are down kind of across the board for football, and both teams kind of showing that with the lack of depth. A lot of two-way players. There's a snap. McGuire throws on the slant. Caught. That's going to be almost back to
Peyton Schumacher with the catch there.
Peyton Schumacher had quite a game last week against the Chatfield Gophers.
Yep, 4 receptions for 139 yards, 3 TDs. Those are pretty good numbers for week 1. Peyton Schumacher, the younger brother of quarterback last year, Connor Schumacher.
Yes. And state tournament winning pitcher, Connor Schumacher.
Yes.
Congratulations to the Bulldogs. 4th place finish last spring in the state tournament, baseball. Scott Flatham had a good squad, had a great year. Fumbled the snap, little zero smoke route. McGuire gets it away. We get a nice run. That's a stick.
Oofta.
I think that was Brock. Nope, looks like that was Mitchell Wallace on the stick. That was a nice play. That was a good heads-up, clean tackle. Those are the hits we like to see. That's what makes Friday night fun, when we get some good, clean hitting like that.
Absolutely. Bulldogs back to punt. I believe that is Ashton Kitch.
Ashton Kish back to kick.
Good punter. Good young punters.
Oh, it's actually Jacob Fable, I think.
Ashton Kish.
Eight is Kish.
Or he's 88 or 82.
Nice punt there by young Kish.
All right, so it's still 0-0. We will see the defense again. Eyota had a little trouble moving the ball after the first play from scrimmage. We'll see if they make any adjustments here. I think 2 or 3 quarterback keeps in that last series. Let's see if he starts to throw the ball a little more. He has, I don't think he's thrown an incomplete pass yet.
No, he has completed all his passes. Unfortunately for the Eagles, it was to Caden Peters, the junior.
All right, Bulldogs lined up in that 3-4. Victor Martinez Sosa on the blitz. Oh, that's a nice blitz by number 24. Johnny Evers meets that running back in the backfield. Head up, good hitting position. Did a good job not overrunning the running back. Sometimes you get those linebackers when they're blitzing, they get a little squirrely in there, and sometimes they'll run right past the ball trying to get to the quarterback. But the running back is the prize on that blitz. If it's not the running back, you'll have plenty of time to get to the quarterback. Okay, second in a while here, back in the gun. Quarterback's going to keep again. He's going to pick up a couple. He's going to make for a 3rd and passing situation. Martin Prieto on the stop. He's quite an athlete. You should keep your eyes on him. He had a great season last year, had a great wrestling season, and looks to reprise his performances as a senior here.
One of those kids had an unfortunate injury as a sophomore, knows what it's like not to play, so he's out there hungry, taking advantage of every snap he's out there.
Had him wrapped up, good swarm to the ball. Looks like
Cody Schneider bringing down the runner there. Look like the Eagles are going to be, what are they going to do? They are going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him. I thought maybe they'd measure. I knew it was going to be close.
Oh, God. Is that the face end of the towel you're offering me?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh.
Bulldog tackled for a loss.
50 and 54. McNallen and Schneider.
Colt McNallen and young Cody Schneider on the stop there. It's going to make for 2nd and long. Just got to keep up the consistency here and get our defense off the field.
Eyota going a little tempo here.
Looks like twins and twins.
No huddle. Line quick here. Williams tries the far side there, met by a host of Bulldogs. Looks like we got number 24. That's going to be Mr. Evers with the stick on the far side.
Yeah, the Eagles thus far out of the spread offense have, I think, used it mostly to try and empty out the box of the Bulldogs so that they can try and run the ball. We've only seen, I think, 1 passing attempt, if that is correct. Eyota has 2 first downs. There's a ball that's going to be overthrown. Good coverage down there by number 20, which is Peyton Schumacher.
Had the free safety over there as well, looking to be number 22, Nick Wozni, over there to help out Schumacher.
So 4th and 10 here. Closing in on midfield, I would assume the Eagles will punt. Unless Coach Vessel has been watching the videos out of that guy. I think he's in Tennessee, isn't he? The guy that never punts?
Sounds right.
I think he's in Tennessee. He's a math guy, so he figured out the stats, and his chances of scoring going on 4th down or punting and getting the ball back are about the same, so he literally never punts. And he onside kicks every time.
Bulldogs got Caden Peters back deep here.
Good snap, ball's away.
Williams is the punter.
Quarterback Williams also the punter for the Eagles. Kicks that one. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but nowhere near Caden Peters.
Right. Bulldogs get good pressure on the first punt of the night again. Down at Chatfield, they actually blocked a punt for their first score, recovered it in the end zone. So, Bulldog special teams making a difference this year.
Shout out to Colton McNally there. I think he had the fumble recovery in the end zone for the touchdown there against Chatfield.
All right, let's see that Bulldog offense. Looks like Eyota is going to run a 3. With the Bulldog spread, it ends up being a 33 stack. It probably started out as a 3-5. Looks like we got 53. Jackson Duhlman on the nose.
Ball's handed off there to Tennis.
Going against Cody Schneider. Cody Schneider playing center tonight. He played center against
Cody Schneider is starting at center tonight.
Yep, he played against the Gophers. I didn't know if they had shaken their lineup at all.
I think, I think we might see in this one we might see Schneider move around that line a little bit.
Yeah, we got Aiden Gasper at the Eagles' right defensive end, and it looks like Tyler Mix at the left defensive end in that 3-man front. Let's see if they can shake it up here, see if they're going to copy the Bulldogs just a little, dial up some pressure. Got number 3, got a linebacker on the blitz, 56 on the play.
Tentis again on the carry.
Tyler Mix coming flat on that DN position. That's a nice play by Mix. See what Coach Nielsen and the offense has up their sleeve. 3rd and 5 here.
Got our resident paraglider up there. Hopefully he's not going to land it on the field here for the home opener. Maybe something special AD Flatham's got arranged for this tonight.
It might be the halftime entertainment at the pace he's going. It's going to take him another 10 minutes to get here. There's a little bit of a high snap. McGuire scrambles around. He finds some daylight. He's going to get a first down. That is making chicken salad out of chicken soup.
Nice work there, Mr. McGuire.
Athleticism, you can't teach.
McGuire, 4-sport athlete last year. Played a little
Yes,
soccer,
that's
played a little
right.
football, played a little basketball, a little track. Quite the athlete. Bulldogs have been lucky to have a couple of great athletes the last few years at quarterback.
Connor McGuire, the younger brother of some of the Bulldog faithful might remember Nathan McGuire was quite a player for us a few years ago. Excelled especially on defense. He was a strong safety like we haven't had in a long time back there. Connor on the pass.
Rolls out. Hits 11. Kyler Lamb.
Little run after catch for Kyler is going to get us a first down. Good job, Kyler.
Kyler, younger brother of Kale Lamb, playing linebacker at Stout this year, and Caden Lamb playing a bit of quarterback, I believe, at Bethel University.
Yes, that sounds correct. That sounds correct.
Of course, those boys, son of head coach Kevin Lamb.
Yes. Yes, yes.
All right, just under 3 minutes left here in the first half.
All right, Bulldogs are going to line up in a 2 running back set here. Twins to the left, single to the right. It's like a little lead play, little ISO. It's going to pick up a couple.
Tennis again on the carry. Well, I got 6 carries already on the night. I know that they hoping to establish that running game. Got to keep those feet running was an emphasis this week at practice. Kind of push the pile there, keep those feet chopping both on the defensive side as they're finishing off their tackles, and for these running backs here, maybe get an extra yard or 2 when they get stood up.
Yeah, Hunter Tennis did not have a bad game against Chatfield, but he did not have very many yards. He was effective enough to keep the defense honest, or they couldn't just pin back their ears on the passing game.
Oh,
There he is. There's a nice hole right up the gut. He's going to pick up a first down. Tackled by Mitchell Wallace for the Eagles. Bulldogs finally getting a little rhythm on offense here.
Taking a look here at the feed here. Grass is looking good out there.
Grass is looking good. You are observant, Coach Matty.
I want to make sure we thank Mr. Kevin Kowholtz for his work on taking care of the field.
One thing we cannot do is send new high school principal Mike Walton over to check on the grass since he is colorblind. He will come look at it and say it looks good no matter how it looks. Hunter on the carry is going to take it down to the 10.
Talking about it there. Feet were moving there. Push that pile a little bit, get a couple extra yards. Nice work, Hunter.
Hunter is running tonight like it's not his first varsity football game as a starting running back. Hunter had an injury last year, so similar to Martin Prieto, he kind of knows what it's like to have to sit and watch his teammates play without him. All right, Bulldogs are lined up in that 2 running back set again, both even with McGuire. That's a nice slant route to Jason Files for the touchdown. That Eyota cornerback had pretty good position, but I will say he did make a mistake that a lot of younger players make, and a lot. When you get down on the goal line, it does us no good for you to play defense behind that guy. You got to get in front of him because play behind him, it's a touchdown.
I like that play call, though. First down, no reason to think that they weren't going to give the ball to Tennis there. He pulls it out and hits Files there in the slant.
Yeah. Glenn Schmidt for the extra point.
Glenn Schmidt keeping up the long Bulldog tradition of soccer players kicking it through. Last year, Derek Badger was money on the extra points. Glenn Schmidt was just as much cash on that one.
Yes. All right, Bulldogs will line it up to kick with 51 seconds left in the quarter. We should give a shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation.
Absolutely.
Helping us out with all of our streaming and everything. They are good to us. If you get a chance to support that Bulldog Nation Foundation, you absolutely should do it. I haven't heard anything official, but I know they were talking about some sort of plans for a facilities auction again, and I know I am attending a Hall of Fame meeting on the 15th this month to see what we're going to do with the Hall of Fame banquet, and all of that stuff is back in play now that we are back into our new normal.
Yeah, if you get a chance to go to that facilities auctions, all kinds of good stuff. I bought, what did I get? I got a deer mount there from Mr. Bill Erkey. I got some boat storage from the Jurgensen family.
All right. Kick to the 7. Gustin's got a little seam up the middle. He's going to be out to about the 32, 33-yard line.
Kyler Lamb stepping in front of him, bringing him down.
Kyler Lamb, another one of those Bulldog athletes that has taken the weight room to heart. He, hard to tell with these guys when they got their shoulder pads on and stuff, but when you see them in the hallways and things, you can tell they've put their time in and paid their dues over the summer in the onion shed. All right. Here come the Eagles. Number 64 going to start the play the center for the Eagles. That familiar shotgun formation. Good snap. Gets to the rim. The ball's out of ground. Bulldogs have that one. Bulldogs are going to go back on offense.
24 Evers.
Johnny Evers on the blitz ends up also recovering the fumble. That's the tough thing about that option mesh. If you get pressure on the mesh, that's tough. That is tough.
See who got it. Get back there.
I think it was Evers.
Was Evers forced it and recovered?
I think so.
If only we had the instant replay.
I could push the button, but I don't know what it does.
We might not be back for a while if we push the button. Coach Matty and I might end up in 1973. You never know.
Nice for courtesy of the $1 million. Over $1 million. Over $1 million.
Mr. Flatham gracing us with his presence here in the press box tonight. Oh, here's a nice pass down the sideline from Connor McGuire right over the shoulder. He caught it, but I don't think he's in bounds. Gavin Hughes on the reception.
Coverage over there was at number 80.
Coverage is pretty good.
Braden Brower, the senior.
Edged him to the edge of the sideline so that he didn't have room to make a play on the ball on that fade ball. The receiver actually wants to work toward the center of the field a little bit and create a pocket for the quarterback to drop that in between the receiver and the sideline. All right, 2nd and 10. I like after a turnover that they take a shot there. Oh, that's a bad snap. This is going to be trouble. All right, she's going to be 3rd and 35-ish for the Bulldogs. I don't know what the coaching staff has dialed up on their play card for 3rd and 35, but I hope it's a good one. It might be one of those things where they have to get it in 2 plays instead of 1.
I tell you what, the Bulldogs got going for their advantage is they got a lot of playmakers out there. So there's a lot of guys in these situations you could go to. You don't have to look at just one.
That is true. That is true.
That's the quarter.
That's the end of the first
All right.
quarter.
Last time we were up here against the Wingers, we had the radio station up in the booth, so we were able to get a few quarter stats. Bulldogs looking pretty tough on defense. They're really getting upfield against that option mesh. One thing that, different coaches have different philosophies, but it's always been my belief that penetration will kill that zone play. They do that zone blocking with the 2 linemen, 2 offensive linemen on 1 defensive lineman, and then they try to push up to the linebacker to the 2nd level. Well, if you get penetration, that running back doesn't have any time to make that read. You may have heard, if you're a college football fan or a NFL fan, where they talk about the difference between an inside zone and an outside zone. Some coaches block that differently, but many of them will block that play exactly the same, with the only difference being the inside zone. That running back will take a look at that inside linebacker and decide where his cut is. On outside zone, he'll look at that defensive end or that outside linebacker. Did I say outside linebacker for the inside zone? Inside linebacker. Nick Matty's back. I think we got our scoreboard.
Yep.
All right, so we're playing Dover Eyota starting now in the 2nd quarter. Yep. Chatfield showed up and played the 1st quarter for us, according to the scoreboard anyway.
It was a lot more of last week for the Gophers.
It was a lot more of last week for the Gophers. That is true.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. Bulldogs had a nice game. Schumacher with 4 catches, 139 yards for 3 TDs. Jason Files had a TD. Also, Colton McNallen defensively recovered one in the end zone for the Bulldogs. That one was a 31-6 victory for the Bulldogs. Total offense in that one, we had 286 yards, with the majority of that being through the air. Only 61 yards for the Bulldogs on the ground last week.
And a large portion of that came from Jason Files late in the game when they were salting it away. So here we go. Bulldogs back on offense. We'll just call it a 3rd down play. We won't even give it distance. We'll just see what happens.
They can see the distance on the...
I know, but we might jinx it if we say it out loud. It's the distance not to be named. Nice snap. McGuire looks to pass.
Oh, that's a good ball if he can get underneath it.
He tried to get it all at once, just a little too far. Peyton Schumacher
covered pretty well out there.
Couldn't get there.
Looked to be number 8, Damon By, and number 9, Nolan Thompson over there helping out.
All right. Here comes Ashton Kish to punt. Pretty good-looking sophomore. If you get a chance to get out to a JV game, Bulldogs got a pretty solid set of underclassmen this year. Those are fun games to watch as well.
Section finals that shot and missed last year as a freshman.
Yeah.
Ashton
Kish had big shoes to fill. His longtime Bulldog punter Leo Silla graduated last year. Silla was Bulldog punter for the last 4 years before handing it over to Kish.
Kish also following Silla through the track and field ranks.
Beautiful kick there.
Quite a discus and shot putter.
Puts him all the way back at the
Like the section
13.
finals in both.
Made the section finals in both the shot and the disc last year, with Scylla going to the state tournament in the shot and disc. Got Adam Oleg spotting for us tonight, and he's track and field coach, so we're getting a few stats from behind us on the fly here.
Well, Coach Brighton gets most of the glory here, but it takes a lot of folks here to get this set up. We want to thank Julie and Jessica Arsvold running the cameras tonight. We got Adam Oleg here doing our spotting.
The glory up here in this press box is nearly endless, Coach Matty. As I sit here sweating on a beautiful Friday night. There's a handoff to the running back. He's got a little room off tackle.
That's good. Tackled by 73 pick.
That's going to be a nice gain. Martinez Sosa on the tackle. So we'll have a second and manageable for the Eagles.
Victor Martinez Sosa, making sure not for the stop.
Yeah, that's a good pickup on first down after turning the ball over last time. All right, something safe right up the middle. Got some great blocking there. Big hole.
We had something different going on. I did not notice. Maybe I just haven't looked. Looks like we have some extra splits for the Eagles here on the linemen. We're going to open that up for the run. That's a nice run play.
That's number 5, Gust with the carry.
Cameron Gast on the carry.
Nick Wozni on the tackle.
Number 22, Nick Walmsley.
Brings me back to my playing days here in Jeff Bernard's from the press box yelling, big splits, big splits.
Those are some big splits. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Wingert does with those, if he keeps those defensive linemen head up on those offensive linemen, or if he goes ahead and puts them in a gap. If he puts them in a gap, they get pretty tough to block for those offensive linemen.
Cody Schneider
There's a
put
nice
the
play
hurt
by
on him.
Schneider.
Held up by number 18, McGuire, and Schneider comes in. finishes him
McGuire
off.
actually has first contact there, and then Schneider comes in to finish him off.
Let me ask you this, Coach. Those big splits in there, what's keeping the Bulldogs from throwing a linebacker right up in their A or B gap and threatening to go straight into the backfield?
Yeah, see, that's the question, because if you do that, you give them a pretty good angle for the down block, but that is a long way for that lineman to go to get that guy. So back in the in the early 2000s, not the 1900s, in the early 2000s, Lake City went to some huge splits like that when we were running a three-man front. So what we did is we just put our players dead in the middle of the gap. We ended up doing that to Caledonia later in a couple of wins against them. Because if your linemen are fast enough, your backers are fast enough, they can get up the field and break up that zone play and make those linemen really suffer. The thought by bigger splits, and you're talking about your coach in Caston Manorville yelling bigger splits, is if those linemen will follow you and stay head up and they'll follow you, you go as far as you can until they stop following you.
Absolutely.
All right, we got second down for the Eagles. They keep wanting to say the distance, but we can see that. I forget about the new toy. Williams back in a quarterback. He surveys the field. He's going to check it out. Connor McGuire sneaking up on the right side there. Here he comes. He's going to come right to the mesh point. And there's Cody Schneider. He's having a heck of a game on the nose.
Cameron Gast on the carry. Brought down immediately by Cody Schneider.
That's the one thing about that shotgun is you can put an awful lot of pressure on the center with a nose tackle, because he's got to deal with that player immediately, but he also has to make a good snap. If he's off on one side in the gap or whatever, he can get a little guard help, but head up, he's yours.
I get to see how the pass blocking works with those big splits right here.
Nice pitch and a catch and a rally.
Caden Peters there hits the receiver immediately. Looks like it was number 1 Clausen with the catch. 23 Peters to meet him as he's catching the ball.
Fourth and a manageable. I would guess we're closing in on midfield. We'll see what the Eagles are going to do.
Quarterback is the punt.
Yeah, quarterback is the punter. This is a good spot on the field for a fake. Also, 4th and 5. If they can do a hard count, get them to jump, they might get a freebie. Or get a manageable 4th and very, very short, depending on what the measure is. They're lined up to punt. Let's see what happens. Ball is away. That's a low line driver.
Can you have a
They
return
get a
here?
hop. Little shake and bake. Here he comes. Got a little room. He's to
around
the
the near
50,
side. Here
to
goes
the
Peters.
40. He's
Not
going
gonna
to
get
the
him.
hole.
They're not gonna
He's
get
going
him.
to the hole.
Uh-oh. Did I see? I saw, nope, it was a towel. I saw somebody on the sideline, I believe it was a yellow towel.
Terrible towel. Steelers.
Caden Peters so far having himself a night.
Yes, absolutely. The junior with an interception early in the first half there, returns the punt. I'm going to give him 70 yards on that return.
Check the
You're the
replay.
math guy. I'm not going to argue with you. We had that conversation last year on square roots.
That's true.
And went nowhere fast, like most of our conversations, honestly. All right. Glenn Schmidt on to attempt the kick.
Glenn Schmidt, number 80.
Holder is Kyler Lamb. Been a while since there hasn't been a Lamb back there as the
That
holder.
is true.
Also true.
That is true. Brady
Schmidt
Herbert.
puts it up, puts it through.
It's good.
Just like that, 14-0 Bulldogs on the 70-yard punt return from Caden Peters.
Brady Herbert, a late addition to the PAT team there.
Yes.
I don't think he was a late addition by the coaching staff. I think he was a late addition by his own accord.
I don't believe that was by design. I bet he doesn't forget again this game.
I bet he does not. Unless he was trying to lull the Eagles of Dover Eyota into a false sense of security. And then he was just going to show up and get the job done over there at the left wing.
Well, you know, taking a look here, Coach, at our numbers, we got 81 folks at home.
81 big ones.
81 sitting at home with their feet up, watching, hopefully on a big screen TV somewhere, not squinting at a phone. But numbers down a little bit from last year, but that is good. That means there's people in the stands.
Yeah, our numbers in attendance tonight definitely up. We'll have to get
Mr. Flatham give us the
Athletic Director Scott Flatham up here later to give us the official paid attendance.
Dover Eyota came out to support their team. I see their signs
Yeah, they got
full.
a nice crowd over there.
Student section all in white
Nice
over there.
kick is going to be down to about the 15, fielded cleanly.
It's going to be
By
bye with
by
the
number
return.
8. That's the first kick we've had tonight to the Eagles that the Eagles have received that Gus does not return.
Look to be
Give Damon By a chance to get his name in the book. All
I
right.
think that was number 5, Alex Hendricks on the stop. Freshman Alex Hendricks in on that kickoff team.
Yes, Alex Hendricks, the son of newly minted head wrestling coach Steve Hendricks.
Steve Hendricks, yeah, longtime assistant there in the wrestling program, taking over for Coach Ryan Marks.
All right, let's see what Cody Schneider can do. We'll probably, now that we mention his name and take a peek at him, Dover Eyota will have made an adjustment to deal with him. He has been a definite chaos maker in the first half so far here. Cody appeared to be playing draw there.
Allen finished by 53 is Priest.
McNallen and Priest on the tackle.
Priest has been a nice addition to both the offensive and defensive
Yes,
line as a
yes,
sophomore
yes,
this
yes.
year.
Also another younger sibling coming through the system. Had an older brother, Jake Priest, that had quite a senior season with the Bulldogs after moving from Indiana with the family. Traveled to Indiana a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago now, for the National Rugby Tournament Final Four to watch my son. You know what one of the great attractions in the state of Indiana is the RV Hall of Fame.
RV meaning recreational vehicle?
Yes, yes. We were a little strapped for time, so we didn't stop. I don't know if they have a Class A division and a travel trailer, maybe a fifth wheel.
Sounds like the kind of museum that might come to you.
That is true. That is true. You can stop there at your leisure. All right. 3rd and short here. If experience has been as any teacher, I would assume we would get a belly full of gust right here. And here he comes right up the middle for a first down. He gets a nice 3rd down run. He's going to be out over the 50. Right?
Schumacher in on the tackle, and 73, who is Martinez Sosa.
That almost, if I could look at the replay, that almost looked like it might have been a little trap of some kind, the way that hole opened up. I'll have to keep an eye on that play as we work through the night and see if that is indeed a trap play.
Leonard's in the backfield now for the Eagles.
There we go. Gust on the carry again.
Nope,
Leonard's. Oh, is that Leonard's? Little cutback on that inside zone play. He's reading that inside player, and then there's a gap to the backside. Usually on that zone, the hole, the gap for the running back is either right where the play is called or a cut back. It's usually not a bounce out to the same side.
Best drive so far of the night for the Eagles.
Hit in the backfield, drags a Bulldog. He might pick up one there. It's going to be 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, Owen Rademacher there meeting the back in the backfield, holding on while the other Bulldogs come finish him off.
I will say this, we're starting to see a few names roll into that defensive front for the Bulldogs, showing their depth here a little bit. Maybe not as stout and steady as that starting front 3, but they haven't given up much.
Prieto there with the stop for the Bulldogs.
That's going to bring up 4th and very short. 4th and very short. If Coach Lamb is listening to me on the YouTube, don't forget to cover the center.
I sincerely hope he's not.
I hope so too, but that'll make Coach Bill Erkey laugh. We were down in Caledonia one year in about 2001, and it was a 4th and short, and I think Caledonia forgot it was 4th down, and they didn't cover the center.
Leonard's
so we quarterback sneaked for about 6 yards.
Leonard's there with the carry, picks up enough for the first down, and the Eagles continue this drive.
Victor Martinez Sosa at the stop. Eagles first down.
See the stat guys for the Bulldogs down there on the sideline wearing their jackets. They must live in a different climate than we do up here.
Apparently the temperature on the field is a little bit more moderate than the tropical temperatures we're having up here.
Steamy is the word you're looking for. Steamy.
It's a bit sweaty.
Schmetty. Yeah, speaking of steamy, let's give a shout out to Joe Serrar. Hung up his teaching whiteboard marker.
Yeah.
Took a job up near to his hometown. 29 years in the Plainview, Elgin, Millville community. Thank you, Joe Serrar, for all you've done for us and all of our kids.
Absolutely. Also considerably decreases the chance that we're going to get a flag on the sideline.
That is true.
Assistant coach running up.
That is true. Running down to celebrate a play. Tried to run a pick play on the side judge, and he didn't appreciate it very much.
Oh,
Connor McGuire on the hit.
Introduces himself there to Mr. Williams in the backfield.
Would like to introduce myself as Connor McGuire, the other quarterback. That was a nice play.
Absolutely.
That was a nice play.
Looked almost like he came on a little bit of a delay there.
Yep. I'm sure Mom Janet and Dad Tim thought that was plenty exciting, watching Connor get out there and play.
I bet his niece is at home just squealing.
Probably.
All right, 4th down territory here for the Eagles. Got 4th and 12.
There's a little slant route. Kind of like we had a little misdirection
I think
there.
there was a little mix-up there.
Yeah. Wide receiver's running the slant. The quarterback's throwing it out, which is not a good scenario on 4th and long.
Nope. It was unfortunate there for the Eagles, as they really doing a nice job of pushing the ball up the field against the Bulldogs. Gust and Leonard's taking turns there, getting pickups, of at least 4 or 5 yards per carry.
Yeah, those are nice football plays. And those are the kind of plays that will hurt you in a game. I would rather give up one 40 or 50-yard run than 10 or 20 of those grinders, because that's hard on the morale of your defense. Bulldog offense trying to get something going, offensive line that is. Talked to the coaches this week, and they were going to focus on not only that running game and the running backs keeping their feet moving, but we want to try and get some motion out of those front 5 offensive linemen.
Well, I know
try to get them to gel a little bit.
Nothing would make Coach Lamb happier here to close out the half with a nice long drive, keep the ball in our possession. Last week, the longest drive for the Bulldogs was 12 plays, about less than 4 minutes. So if we can hold on here to the end, I know Coach Lamb will be pretty happy with that result.
All right. Stretch play, got a little room to run.
Tentis got some room, nice
To
cutback.
the 40, to the 30,
He's
to the
going.
20.
It gets knocked out at the 20, call it the 19.
That's a good play with 2.5 minutes to go. Gets knocked out of bounds. Going to stop the clock. Bulldogs are regroup, huddle up, and go at it again here. It has cooled off a little bit up here. I think we have probably dropped out of the triple digits. I don't know if you've noticed this about me, Coach Matty, but I do carry just a little extra weight, so I tend to run a little warmer than your average fella. All right, Bulldogs lined up in that 2 running back set. Been very effective for him this year, this series. Tennis on the same stretch play.
Back there.
Exact same play, other direction.
Gonna pick up probably, let's call it 6 on that.
That's a nice football play with 2:20 to play. A couple more of those. We'll be right down the goal line. We'll punch it in. They'll have no time for the Eagles to try and rally. It's a little bit of a dagger to the heart to the defense when you give up a score late in the half.
Yeah, that 14 zip looks a lot different than 21 zip.
Yeah. As a defensive player, they just want to get off the field, get regrouped at halftime, and come out and try to win the second half. Bulldogs putting together a nice drive here. Ooh, penalty on the play.
False start. Have a couple guys moving at the same time there. 24, Johnny Evers are going to get for that one.
Little basketball, you can't do that cheer out of the Eyota faithful over there.
Absolutely, it's fun hearing those student sections.
Again, we didn't have them.
Yep, the football team's been out supporting the volleyball teams here the last couple games I've been at. Fun crowds there, another fun crowd tonight. Eyota student section showing out tonight.
Right, those kids that were juniors last year, seniors this year, they kind of realized how special it is to be able to go to those events. It's like we got a little swing pass to the right.
It's going to be Johnny Evers with the
Action.
reception.
Johnny Evers is going to be down to about the 5. I can't tell. Do we have a good camera angle? We don't have a good visual angle up here in the booth, but is our camera angle good down there?
Yeah, we're good. Absolutely.
All right.
First down.
It's like we're on about the 8th, according to head triangulator Jason Herber. Bulldogs in a tight end left. Hunter off tackle. I think if he'd have stuck that up in the hole, he'd have been in.
I saw the same thing. A little late to hitting the hole there. Got to put his face mask in the back end of that left guard and follow him to the promised land.
I think on that play, I think it was there. You got to be a little more patient with his blockers. I think it was there. All right, second down here.
Clock running here, ticking down to 40 seconds in the first half.
If we don't score here, it wouldn't surprise me to see the Bulldogs call a timeout. Oh, that's a bad snap.
That is the third one of those we've seen tonight. First one, McGuire was able to make some lemonade out of there and had a nice pickup for the Bulldogs. Last two, not as didn't work out as well for the Bulldogs.
Oh, timeout for the Bulldogs. They're going to talk it over.
All right, so here we are, 26 seconds left here. Bulldogs threatening on the 16-yard line after a snap gets past quarterback Connor McGuire, making it a little tougher on themselves to increase the score here in the first half.
Talking to athletic director Bethany Nielsen, but a pretty reasonable source that the paid attendance tonight, 341.
341.
And that was only one gate. That was their gate. 341 came through their gate. So
that's outstanding.
That's why I said she's a reasonably okay source. We'll see if she gets back to us on a better number.
She's at least halfway accurate.
If not, 42%. All right, here come the Bulldogs. Thank God for the listening audience so we can get back to some football. All right, looks like we got Wozni out here wide to the right.
Okay, Lamb and Files, actually.
Is that Lamb and Files? Oh, it is, yep. Nice clean snap. McGuire
Ball is up, looking for Lamb. Got held a little bit. No flag.
No.
Nope. It was a pretty good play there. He got held up a little bit, but I don't think that was an intentional grab or hold. That was just good defense by the Eagles.
That's one of those plays. If you throw the flag, nobody argues. Don't throw the flag, nobody argues.
Looking at...
Not really flagrant enough either way.
Looking at 4th and 16 here. Glenn Schmidt back. Going to kick this one off.
Attempt the three-pointer here.
Going to be, what is that, about a 25-yard field goal attempt?
Schmidt 0 for 0 from behind the arc.
Oh, he's got enough leg for sure.
Yeah.
And that is good.
He's 1 for 1 from behind the arc. The first three-pointer of the night for Schmidt. Let's see if he can get on fire. Shooter got to shoot.
That's a 32.
It's a heck of a kick there from
That
the
was a
soccer
nice
player.
kick. That was a nice kick by Schmidt.
Plenty of leg there.
30-plus yards for sure.
All right, when just like that, 17-0 Bulldogs. Touchdowns coming from a 70-yard punt return by Caden Peters and about a 8-yard pass reception, Jason Files, correct?
Yep. Glenn Schmidt to tee the ball up, 17 seconds here. Be interesting to see what the Eagles do. If they come out and try to get one down the field, take one shot down the field, or if they just take a knee and head into halftime and regroup and make their adjustments.
Well, they found the most success so far tonight on the ground.
Oh, absolutely.
Passing is not worked out so great for the Eagles tonight. I'm gonna guess that they're gonna be happy to go in 17-0, regroup, come out in the second half with a little different look.
I would think that too, but having played Coach Vessel in the past, he's got tricks up his sleeve.
Let's buy again with the return for the Eagles.
He's
taking
gonna
it up
be
to about the 27.
About the 27. Here comes that Bulldog defense, led by number 54, senior Cody Schneider, is having himself a night. Caden Peters having himself a night, and Cody Schneider. Those are our two Bulldogs to watch right now. We've called a lot of names. It's definitely a team effort. But those numbers getting called a lot.
Absolutely, especially that front line. They've been moving those guys in and out. Schneider's been anchoring it from the center, but we've seen Rademacher in there making some tackles. McNallen, Priest, Prieto, all those guys contributing tonight.
Looks like we have right now, we got Schneider at the nose, and we got Colton McNallen and Martin Prieto at the end. Eyota coming out a little slow here. I would assume they're going to take a knee. They don't appear to be working with a whole lot of sense
a little
of
more
urgency.
conservative splits there.
Yeah.
Yep, and as expected,
Yep.
going to go in with that 17-0 lead for the Bulldogs headed into the half.
I would say, from an adjustment standpoint, if I'm the Bulldogs, I'm going to keep doing what we're doing and maybe try to refine it a little bit. If I'm Coach Wingert and I'm looking at that defense, I might dial up that Huddle sideline film and see if I want to slide my D lineman into those gaps on those giant splits and just release those hounds into the backfield.
I think looking from the Eagles standpoint, they found some success, especially late in the first half with their running game. I'm guessing they're going to come out in the third half with those big splits, try to get Gust and Leonard's going again, try to get this score down, because I think they get late in that game where they're in some of those passing down situations and maybe behind a bit late in the game. That passing game, they just haven't shown that they can get any much for yardage there against the Bulldogs.
Right, I think, ironically, the thing that the Bulldogs are going to probably want to try and polish up a little bit is also the thing that the Eagles are going to want to come back to and hang their hat on, which is that wide split inside run to Gust.
All right, well, we've got about 14 minutes left here in the half. Set your egg timers and join us back here. We're going to take a little break in the booth, and we'll see you back here.
Don't break your eggs.
In the second half here. Thanks for tuning in to Bulldog Nation Foundation live stream broadcast of Bulldog football.
state championships, maybe.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Welcome back here from Elgin. Here we got European Bulldogs up 17-0 against the Eyota Eagles. Traveled down 9 miles down the road here.
Just drop a European Bulldogs?
Your PM.
Oh, your PM Bulldogs.
Yeah. No, PM like the PE Empire.
Yes.
European Bulldogs.
I was a little confused. I'd heard of an English Bulldog and an American Bulldog, but not a European Bulldog.
Dude, all quarterback's gonna kick it too.
All right, Bulldogs are going to receive here in the second half. Got Caden Peters, who ran a punt back for a 70-yard touchdown earlier tonight.
Also had a pick in the first quarter.
Also had a pick in the first quarter. Back deep to receive. Got kind of a bunch kickoff formation here from the Eagles.
Bulldogs will receive in the second half.
Oh, they're spreading out.
Bulldogs hang 17 unanswered in the first half, and now set to receive the second half kickoff. Short kick to the up back. Johnny Evers got a little seam. He's going to get wrapped up at about the 40.
Fielded by
Looks like number 6, Braden Swede Jr. for Eyota there in the stop. Gus getting off that pile as well.
Bulldogs begin. First and 10.
All right.
Gust everywhere for the Eagles in the first half. Big part of that running game the Eagles used in the first half. You see him
Absolutely.
here's name called on the defensive side of things as well. Outside linebacker position.
Who was the other running back?
Tentis and McGuire in the backfield for the Bulldogs. Ball goes to Tennis, cuts it back. Now headed up the far side, got plenty of room. Gives number 6 the stiff
There's
arm.
a flag. I don't know what that's going to be. Possible face mask.
No, could be on their sideline.
Got number 6 there. Braden Swee again, chasing Hunter down. Pushes Tentis out of down after a big gain.
That was a nice run. That's you got big penetration on that zone blocking, but he kind of missed the running back, allowed Hunter to find a little seam and exploit it. Let's see what the call is.
Yep. 5-yard penalty there. I think because their sideline was
Not
some
back.
players. Sideline was not back far enough there.
Either that or the white hat was telling whoever was back in the trailer up, come on back, you got plenty of room.
All right, well, that was a nice pickup.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
That's a nice pickup by Tennis. Tag on another 5 to that. McGuire out of the shotgun.
Tennis on the carry again. He's got the hot hand here. He's having a much better night than he had down in Chatfield against the Gophers.
Well, the Bulldogs said they wanted to establish the run. They're doing that for sure here in the second half.
They certainly have.
I think we saw it in the first half. There was a couple of times maybe gave up on those blocks a little bit too early, tried to bounce it outside. I think the coach has got in his ear at halftime, and we've seen the results of that here.
Got a little tip. Oh, here we go. We'll get to our tip after this. Shotgun. There's that Reed Tennis, 3rd carry in a row. The Eagles are having none of that one. Little insider trading. Athletic Director Scott Flatham swings by the booth earlier. Paid attendance tonight, 1,253.
No.
1,253.
1,253. That's at least 1,000 more than we had for any game last year.
Yes, I think we
How
probably
many home games did we have last year? That might be more than we had
total
last year.
I would say that we probably had some sort of record last year for consistency of paid attendance.
Yes.
I mean, we really had the faithful in a very sold out crowds. Oh, Tennis on the carry.
Again.
He's
Can
going to
he
be
keep
down
it?
to the 2.
Just loses his footing there before he hit the pylon. They're going to put him down at about the 2-yard line.
This drive has been the Hunter Tennis Show.
Brought down by number 25, Mitchell Wallace.
Absolutely. Great start, tennis here, and the Bulldogs in the second half.
First down.
They seem to have, at least for this drive, solved their keep your feet moving problem.
In the first half, we saw this where you're expecting them to hand it right back off to tennis and hit Files for that quick slant there for the first touchdown of the game. See if the Bulldogs try that again or if they're going to stick with tennis here down on the 2.
Yeah, let's see if Dover Eyota D-backs get in front of those Bulldog receivers down here on the goal line.
2-back set here with Evers and Tentis.
That slant is open out there. That linebacker's in there.
Oh, he pulls it out, goes in. McGuire with
There it
the
is.
2-yard scamper right up the middle.
Hunter McGuire. What up, home?
He is now snapping. He is playing tight end.
Yep. And Schneider out to the
Oh.
Priest.
64 is snapping.
Alabama brought down by number 3, Brock Priest.
I thought Priest was over on the 1 yard still.
All right.
Because they changed. They brought the number 2 is playing tight end.
Extra point is no good. Bulldogs will line it up to kick here. I'm sure we'll see Glenn Schmidt again. And we'll get that Bulldog defense back on the field. I feel like if they can get a 3 and out here, that is going to be very, very hard on the morale of the Eagles. That's going to really put a dagger in the heart of that comeback if we can get a quick 3 and out here.
Well, I think it would surprise everybody, all 1250 of the fans tonight, if they did anything other than go
52.
to 1252. Surprise everybody if they did anything other than go to Gust and Leonard's here on this opening drive. Bulldogs saw a heavy dose of the 2 running backs in the first half.
And it was not, and they were successful too. So it's not like they were trying to establish something that was a no-go. They want to reestablish that and expand on it if possible. Bulldogs drop a couple guys down into the box to stop that inside run. That might free up a little more passing lane as well.
Speaking of Leonard's, is Leonard's there on the return, taking the ball out to the Eagles' 17-yard line. Good kick by
All
Schmidt.
right, here come the Eagles. Williams brings them right to the line. They're not going to huddle.
Saw a little bit of this from the Eagles in the first half as well.
We got Twins to the Eagles' right, quite wide. I did not expect that.
That was number 5, Gavin Goff. Gus testing out the middle there where Cody Schneider's been residing for most of the evening.
Pretty stout up the middle the Bulldogs have been, but Gus has had his share of opportunities. Had a couple of nice runs. He's done a nice job tonight. But Coach Matty just said we probably see the ball go back to Gus, and sure enough it did.
Leonard's in the backfield with Williams now. Got Twins both sides for the Eagles. Double jokers.
Double jokers. Bulldogs showing blitz. Johnny Evers comes. Little zero route on a little bubble screen. Nothing going. Bulldogs swarm that up pretty good.
Oh, we got somebody,
got
got a
a
Bulldog cramping up.
Got a cramper.
Yes.
It's not going to be.
Johnny Evers again.
See Coach Nielsen trotting out there with a little hitch in his giddy up. He might be cramping up too. Not as young and spry as he was when he was leading the Bulldogs to state tournament appearance against Glencoe Silver Lake in 2004.
We got a little costume change here. Follow along in your program. Victor Martinez Sosa moving to number 2 for the second half away from the number 73. He was in the first half. You might see Victor out there in the tight end position. That way, not having to report. It's kind of a Neil Diamond move coming from Victor there. Good costume change every half, maybe every 10 minutes.
You can never really get enough of a really good Neil Diamond reference. All right. Johnny's still down, getting that calf stretched out. Boys are watering up. Chance to shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation. Can't really do that enough. I know we don't have a ton of live listeners tonight, but
We're up to 96.
Attaboy. That's not paid attendance, though. That's not paid attendance, so those don't count. Well, they count. They're
You count. Don't let them. You at home, you count.
They're number one in our hearts. That's where they are. But anyway, shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation. I know we get a lot of people to watch this on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. Saturday morning might be a good place for us.
Yeah. A bit soonish.
Heckle and Jekyll. Oh. Okay. So.
Turned into a beautiful evening here in Elgin. Cooling off nicely on the field. I'm guessing we got to be down to around probably 58, 60 degrees.
Yeah, we got to be down to about 97, 98 here in the press box.
Not a lick of breeze out there on the field.
Or in the press box.
or in the press box. That's probably all right. I don't think anybody wants to be downwind of us tonight.
I showered.
All right.
Plus
Boys
we're not
back out on the field
smell-o-vision.
here after a quick stretch there for Evers.
All right. Third down for the Eagles. Have not really been prone
Trips
to throw
left.
the ball. Bulldogs showing blitz. There's your little slant. Nice pitch and catch. I think he's going to be short.
With the swee on the reception from Williams.
If they want to go for it, this is a manageable fourth down goal.
Got a Mr. Urban sighting.
Well,
Got Hall of Fame Bulldog football coach Bill Erkey in attendance tonight. See him patrolling the stands, taking in this year's edition of the Bulldog football squad. Doing a good job tonight, up 23-0 against the Eagles from Dover Eyota. That's going to be a delay of game, either that or an illegal substitution. Broke the huddle with 12.
yep.
4th and 1 just became 4th and 6. Time to punt.
Tried to get off, but they spied him over there on that far sideline.
Yeah, he was not trying to sneak. He was running wide open in broad daylight.
Well, I think that alleviates any chance that the Eagles going for it. Here we got Peters back deep, returned one for 70 yards earlier in the game. Let's see if he can get another one to return here.
Good pressure on the ball.
Kicking it away from
Peters
him.
gets a clean hop. Got a little room. He's going to get wrapped up in midfield.
That's pretty good coverage. Going to say his name again there. That's Braden Swee, number 6. Been all over the field here in the second half. Had a reception, a few tackles for the Eagles.
Also saw Bolton Thiesing down there, number 7, on the coverage.
All right, Bulldogs going to take over right at midfield.
Just to the home field sideline of the paw print, right on the hash mark.
I'm guessing Kent is going to touch the
gun
ball in this
one.
one.
Yep, right there. We're odd.
Good cut back.
Nice 2 cuts. I believe we've had a bit of a lineup change. I think we might have 63 snapping the ball. Is that
63 would be Rademacher. Looks like they moved
Owen Rademacher, 63? I
Schneider out at that right tackle position now.
think. Yep, that is Owen Rademacher at the center. 6'3".
And we also got Martinez Sosa out at that far side tight end.
6'3" junior Rademacher getting a chance to play with the varsity guys.
And
Just a little long. And a flag on a play. Probably is going to be a hold. Let's see.
52, Carter Coates also in on that right side. So a complete remodel of the right side of the offensive line for the Bulldogs.
Is it a remodel or a reload?
Reload, revamping, possibly.
Revamp.
What was that call there, Coach, where they take him down? The chop block called there?
Yes.
Second one of those we've seen tonight from the Bulldogs, both on passing plays.
I will say this, what I saw this play against when I was watching the film of the scrimmage, from where the referee stands behind the defense, the way the Bulldogs pass block is they double team, and the actual block that they want is a cut block from one player, and the other player is playing the blitz. But it really, really looks like to the referee that that defensive player is making contact with one lineman and the other line is cutting his legs out, even if he's not. Sometimes that offensive lineman's actually backing up to give room for the cut block, but it really looks like a chop block to the referee, so there's really no fault in throwing that flag.
Near side here, McGuire hooks up with Peyton Schumacher.
Going to be out to almost to the 45, to the 46-yard line.
Number 7, Bolton Thiessen, and number 9, Nolan Thompson, right there to take down Schumacher on the near sideline.
Going to bring us a manageable third down, and things go the Bulldogs' way, but they're still a little short. Probably going to go for it on fourth down here.
Yeah, you're in that fourth down territory. That was a nice pickup, though, on 2nd and 20 of 12 yards. Definitely puts you in a position, opens up the playbook a little bit more here on 3rd and 7.
Absolutely. The Eagles have a new nose tackle in the game, 58.
Balls go up in the air.
Oh,
Got
wide
plenty of air.
open.
That's Gavin Hughes over there making the catch.
For a first down. Something happened on that ball, really rainbowed on McGuire.
I'm not sure if McGuire's arm got hit or if he was being wrapped up there and swung around a little bit there as he let go. There's plenty of air underneath it.
Plenty of air. That was up for grabs.
Luckily enough, Gavin Hughes making a heads-up play, looking for that ball early, and was able to make the adjustment on there.
Looks like the Eagles have gone, maybe it appears to be 56 back in the game. Tyler Mix back at that nose tackle position. They did have 58 in there. I don't know if Mix was just getting a break or if they were trying to change the pace a little bit on that nose. Sometimes that center, it's a little bit like a pitcher and hitters. If you can change the speed on them a little bit, you can sometimes get a little advantage. McGuire on the keep. He's going to pick up 3 or 4.
Bulldogs moving to twins here on the near side, moving out of that double tight end look that we've seen a lot in the second half.
Starting to see, as the Bulldogs get a little deeper in the playbook as the season wears on, starting to see them add some formations, add some different wrinkles to the offense. This offense that lost a tough game in, would it have been state quarterfinals last year, or what was that game against Waseca? What was that?
Section finals.
Section finals to Waseca. Is that one of those killer hornets out there on the highway?
Murder Hornets?
Murder hornet, yes. Little bubble screen. Victor Martinez Sosa is going to be down to the 10.
The jersey change pays off there for old Vic as he gets a target and makes the catch.
At least offensively. He didn't get many targets when he was riding that 72.
No.
73. All right.
First down.
I would guess we might get a little look at Hunter Tennis again here as we draw into the goal line.
Trips
right, quite wide.
Tennis takes it, cuts it
Tennis
right
with the
back.
ball, Tennis has really done a nice job cutting back on that inside zone. He really has. He's starting to really see that gap, and really, I think he understands the blocking scheme, and he's doing much better with that. I will say this, far more patient with that zone block than he was with that off-tackle block down on the goal line in the first half.
So is that just a read there for that center as far as which side you can open that hole up, and then Hunter just reads that off of that? Or are they trying to get it to that right side A-gap and Hunter's just going the other way because that's where they're slanting?
What's happening is they have double teams across the line. Here, let's watch the play here. All right, you get those double teams across the line, and on that inside zone, he is either reading the nose tackle or the inside backer. If whatever his read is, if they're in his gap, he's cutting it back. If they're not there, he's hitting the hole. But that's, I said earlier on that inside zone, that the running lane is going to be right at the called hole, or it's going to be back. It's never bounced out to the same side. Shouldn't say never. Rarely.
All right, looks like they got Eagles for encroachment there. The right end got a little antsy there as number 3, Herbert, went in motion.
McGuire getting a little direct instruction from the sideline here. Bulldogs flirting with some time issues here. Let's see if we see the officials start to count with that hand. There he goes, 5, 4. Ball is off. McGuire on the keep. He's going to pound it in. I think he's in. He's in.
That's his second touchdown of the half for Connor McGuire.
That's the one thing when Tennis is running the ball well, those linebackers are keying on him. That's going to open up space for that quarterback to keep on that option read. Comes Glenn Schmidt on for the extra point. Like hearing that school song during the game, that means the Bulldogs are scoring. All right, kick is up and good. Glenn Schmidt has been money tonight.
Glenn Schmidt's kick is good.
And that makes it 30-0 PEM.
30-0. 30-0. Bulldogs are ahead with 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Well, it's probably about that time of the game where you see the Eagles try to open things up a little bit. They're going to have to move away from that running game. Time is not on their side right now. Bulldogs are going to probably give them a heavy dose when they get the ball on their side. You can see a lot of that inside running by Tentis. Maybe see some different numbers, get some carries here late in the game.
One thing is, Tentis, I don't believe is playing defense tonight, is he?
I have not.
So he's been
out
fresh in that backfield. Head baseball coach and athletic director, Mr. Scott Flatten, we got anything to say about that baseball run that you made last spring?
I don't know if I have much to say about that, but awfully proud of our Bulldogs tonight. Awfully proud of our track team last spring as well, taking home second place in the state. So always nice to hear people ask about that baseball run. So thank you, Coach Brighton, for asking about it. But never experienced it before. Want to continue to experience it time and time again, we hope.
That's a nice kick.
That is a nice kick. That's going to be down to the 5. We've got a little room.
Number 1, Clausen there.
Number 3, Brady Herber on the stop. I will say this. Glenn Schmidt's kicks are getting deeper and deeper, but the returns are coming to about the same spot each time. Starting at about that 30, 32, 25 this time, right? It's pretty consistent return game for the Eagles tonight. See what we got out there. Looks like we got that same starting front 4. Prieto, Schneider, and McNallen.
Linebackers, we got Herber in there on the far outside linebacker. Still got McGuire here on the near side. Victor Martinez Sosa and Martin Prieto in the middle linebacker spots. It's a nice play there.
Nice slant. And he's going to run and run.
Well, goes to show there, you got to know where number 5, Gavin Gust, is on the field. They moved him out there to the slot, brought him across the middle. Williams found him. They've been going to him, leaning on him quite heavily tonight.
He's going to get the ball.
I think you're going to hear a lot of pointing and yelling when he moves back out to that slot position here.
Yes, fool me
for the
once.
remainder of the game.
Fool me once. Oh, I think we got 53. Looks like we got Caden Priest at the inside linebacker. Caden overruns that cutback on that inside zone just a little bit. He's a backside inside backer on that. He's got to slow play that. He's going to get a dose of that.
There's Williams, quarterback, on the carry there for the Eagles. The gain of 8.
Schneider comes off the field.
Got Rademacher in the mix there.
Appear to have Rademacher at one end, McNallen at one end, Martin at the nose, Sosa and Priest at the insides, McGuire and who's the other outside linebacker?
Herbert.
Johnny? Herbert? Herbert's the
taking
other
over
outside
for Johnny
backer.
Evers. What was that?
3 is Herbert.
Yeah.
The Bulldog student section getting a little loud here, getting a little rowdy, having some fun. Nice to hear them again. Bulldogs sturdy in the middle. It's going to be 4th and manageable here.
Whole pack of Bulldogs there to stop the runner. Leonard's right at the line of scrimmage.
If I'm Coach Wingert right now, I'm telling that inside linebacker, make sure every single player on the field knows where number 5 is.
And you're going to put him out here on the
In
near
the slot,
side
he's
in the
slot on a 5, and slot on the near side.
You got Jason Files going over the top of him right now. You got Connor McGuire edging out just a little bit, peeking out at him.
Quarterback keep. I think
It's going to be close.
That's going to be very close.
Might get our first measurement of the home season here.
I hope that they measure. The one thing they have done is for the safety of the players.
I'm okay if they don't measure now.
For the safety of the players, they've moved those chains back. And what happens is you get slack in the chain, and the officials look over. Well, no, because they don't keep it tight. They don't keep it tight. Why are you shaking your head?
I can't. We're on the air.
But the chains get loose.
Yep.
And then when the officials look over, they just go by the stick. But the stick is not necessarily official at that point because the chain hasn't been pulled tight.
I'll tell you what, we got a long-time chain crew over there. Chris
How
Raymond,
long?
Roger, Gusa, Justin Gusa, and usually it's Joe Schneider over there with him. And I'll tell you, slack chain's not usually a problem.
Well, I think it is.
McGuire passing
Nice
to the far
ball.
side.
Oh, you got to haul that one in.
Looking to Hughes on the Gavin Hughes on that far side.
Made a nice catch on the first down play, converting a first down play, and then had that one hit him right in the hands.
Yeah, that one is a little bit behind him on the back hit there.
No,
Definitely a catchable ball.
Those chain crews do a great job. I tease. Sto scherzando. All right, second down for the Bulldogs.
Little surprised to see the Bulldogs throwing the ball here early in the drive. As much success as Tennis has seen. Want to kind of keep that clock running.
Martinez Sosa, the second back in there. He's going to lead Tennis around the corner. He's going to get the edge. He's going to have a Bulldog first down. Or is he going to be short? Looks like he's going to be a little short.
We'll see here. Looks he's right at that 25. Looking for the call for the white hat. Yep, and he gives it to him.
All right, Tennis has had a game tonight. He had quite a few carries against the Gophers. Had a little trouble finding the seams in there. And now we move on to the fourth quarter.
We are 75% of the way through this game, Coach.
Carry the 1, drop the decimals. You are correct. 3/4 of the way. Have you been to many volleyball games this year, Coach Matty?
I have. I've been to both the home games this year. Bulldogs putting a nice squad out there on the court. They are led this year by senior Tegan Hansen. They got Kat McPherson. They got a number of seniors on that squad helping them out. Some young new players coming around helping them out, and they have a new coach. All the high school level new coaches. They got Lillian Braun is first-year coach for the Bulldogs, taking over at the varsity position, and she's done a real nice job with the girls. Coming back last night, big first game comeback, down by about 11-12 points in that first game. Comeback, won a nice set against the Fillmore Central Falcons last night in Plainview.
So that's the volleyball. Cross country, as usual, Mike Andring and company fielding a nice team for them. I haven't heard much out of them competition-wise, but I know they have quite a few returning runners, and I know they got a good squad out there. So maybe we'll have to get one of those cross-country coaches up here at one of our next home games and get a report on that squad.
Absolutely. And we got boys and girls soccer. Both last year, you'd see them here on the live streams. They're over here in Elgin playing their games. Back at their regular home field, Eckstein in Plainview. You have to get over and check out a game this year if you can. They got some beautiful new lights being put up and powered up here in the next couple of weeks. Going to be a nice venue for the Bulldogs to play those soccer games.
Yeah, again, nice to have the fans back out at those games as well. All right, Bulldogs line it up in that single back gun. Twins and twins. Motion from the slot. I think we had two guys moving, a little Canada action. You can't do that south of the border. That's going to be a penalty. They called encroachment on the Eagles again. I did not expect that. That slot receiver for the Bulldogs went into motion, and the flanker out there also twitched a little bit. I thought maybe we were going to see a penalty against the Bulldogs. All right. There's a little jet sweep to the motion man. Eyota plays it well.
Still on his feet. Files does a nice job there, running out wide, cutting back towards the middle to get an extra 6-7 yards there.
The Eagles did not play that poorly, but Jason Files shows a little athleticism. He eludes a couple tacklers and turns a negative into a positive. Would that make him a -1 in the math world? Can always make a negative into a positive. Why are you shaking your head again?
Is that how it works in English as well? Is you get a double negative and then it's a positive?
No, we have imaginary punctuation marks. Mr. Flatham.
Oh, up the middle, Tentis, big
Oh,
gainer.
nice.
Runs through the arms
hard
of the Eagle
run.
tacklers before being brought down there by Gust. That's a solid 22-yard pickup for Tentis.
I got a simple math question for you, Mr. Matty. What's 2 times 2?
That's
This is
4.
not a joke. Okay. What's -2 times -2?
That is also +4.
-2 times +2.
That is -4.
Okay. What is the square root then of 4?
Positive or -2.
Okay. What is the square root of -4?
That would be 2i.
Would it not be plus or minus 2i?
True. It's plus or minus.
There's the head nod again. That is a perfect reaction for radio. This is where we get into imaginary numbers, and this is where Mr. Brighton stops doing math, because we can't just make up numbers to fix mistakes. If we could do that, I would make up a punctuation mark and put at the end of every paper that fixed all of the mistakes that came before it.
I've had enough conversations to know with people making up words. I think you've made up a few words already tonight.
Never have I done that.
All right, Bulldogs taking over here. Got in the backfield, got 22, Wozni.
Bulldogs back in that 2 tight end set.
McGuire, little fumble there on the handoff. McGuire
signaling the Bulldogs are going to maintain possession. Eagles pointing that their ball is theirs. Looks like the Bulldogs will maintain. We're going to go for 3rd and a while. We've had good luck on these 3rd down plays, especially this part of the field with the pressure off where we can take 2 downs to pick up that yardage.
Looks like we got some more changes out there for the Bulldogs on that line. I see a number 61, Devin Hutchinson on the far side.
Is he playing tackle?
Left tackle.
Left tackle over there. Devin Hutchinson, recent addition to the Bulldog family as a senior out for There's a nice pitch and catch.
Files stays on his feet and gets in the end zone.
Files is in for the touchdown.
I think that was about a 45-yard connection between McGuire and Files there.
That was a nice pitch and catch.
Absolutely. McGuire did a nice job of keeping his composure there as the Eagles are coming across the line. He got bumped a little bit by the running back protecting him and makes just enough space there to loft it up perfectly to Files, hit him right in stride. Then Files did a nice job of finishing there through the safety, carrying him those last 3 yards across the goal line.
Yeah, Devin Hutchinson, back to him. He came in as a junior, came to PEM High School, wrestled last year, got to know some people and had some friends on the football team, came out for football as a senior, and he's having a kind of a nice, solid effort out there. Like to see him out there in a game.
And that's Glenn Schmidt, our soccer convert on Friday nights, putting another one through for the Bulldogs, taking on another point. 37-0 Bulldogs here.
There's a chance.
8 minutes and 46 seconds left in this one.
There's a chance that Jessica Arsvold may replace Derek Badger in her heart with Glenn Schmidt kicking the ball. Julia will not do that. Julia will not replace that spot with Glenn Schmidt.
All right. Schmidt teeing the ball up here.
Not the best color man in the league for nothing. Head nodder extraordinaire. All right, Eagles back to receive. Gus back there at number 5. Looks like we also have number 11, Landon Leonard's back there. These guys have had a lot of action tonight, playing special teams, playing defense, playing offense. These guys are really Ironmen. They're really out there duking it out tonight.
That's Leonard's takes it about
Leonard's
the
on
9-yard
return.
line.
He's
got
a
some room
good
up the middle.
return.
Tripped up by Nick Wozni, number 22, at the 30-yard line.
Leonard's on the return. Tripped up by number 22, Nick Wozni.
All right, Eagles probably with not much else to do here but try to throw the ball. Get a quick hitter here, get the ball down the field.
Well, down 37-0 with 8 minutes to go, we're going to do one of two things. We're either going to open the playbook up or we're going to keep it conservative and try to get something good to build on going into next week.
Absolutely. A couple of veteran coaches here, no doubt, going to be continuing to work on things here. This is not one of those times you just throw things away. This is where you get some live practice right out there on the field.
Yep, and this is going to be a good time for some of your 1As, your players that are getting really close to that varsity playing time, to get some time with the number ones out there and work on that game speed. Williams on the keep. He's going to pick up about 5.
He's looking to throw the ball there for a second. saw an opening, decided to scamper, gets about the 6-yard pickup.
53, Kate Grace.
Got substitution here at right corner for the Bulldogs, number 7, Baden Fenton in
All right.
right here. Got
Baden
trips
Fenton.
left.
Baden Fenton had an incredible state tournament for the
Ooh.
Bulldogs.
And that was up for grabs, 50-50 ball, and it looks like Hughes has got it. We got a flag here on the
Penalty
near
on the near
side.
sideline. Bulldog interception. I'm
Bulldog
assuming that flag is going to be post-possession, probably on the Bulldog sideline. We'll find out.
Maybe a tribute to Joe Serrar
It might be
late in the
the
game.
Joe Serrar tribute flag. Let's see what we got going on.
Not sure what that one was.
Sideline infraction.
I thought it looked like he said, I found the poison ivy. I need some calamine. Meet me in the end zone. What is with you and the head shakes tonight? Coach Jepson, how are you doing tonight? Pretty awesome. Beautiful night for a Bulldog football game, and I can't think of any more people in Bulldog land that have seen more Bulldog football games up close than Coach Jepson.
Right. 40 years, man.
40 years? That's what it was? 40 years on the knob? 40, 39
and a half.
It's so many you can't even remember,
That's right.
folks. It's 39 or 40 years Coach Jepson coached both junior high football and track and field. He is a legend in our community, and I know he's gonna shake his head at me and say no, 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 but he's a humble man, and he is. He's done a lot for this community, and continues to do so.
You can't. It's a good time to talk about. You can't underestimate the impact that those junior high coaches have on their varsity program. It's really where you get some of those fundamentals set for these kids to find success, like we're seeing from the Bulldogs on the field tonight. Bulldogs lucky to have folks like Steve Hinrichs, Nate Files, Stecker, both varsity coaches in other sports, helping out the junior high program. And then also they got Michael Wheelock, and I believe
And
Cole Williams. Is he the
living legend Kevin Kyle Holtz?
Kyle Holtz is back. That's right.
He
When he's not grooming the field,
he like
he's
Coach
grooming our
Jepson.
young football players out there.
Oh, Coach Jepson and Coach Kyle Holtz should probably coach together at that junior high one more year. Neither one of them knows what the word retired means.
We got a quarterback change for the Bulldogs. Kyler Lamb taking the snap
And
for
a little bit of a
McGuire.
bobble at the snap there. You sometimes will get that with a new quarterback.
Let's mention some of the names of folks we got in there right now. We got Lamb in at quarterback. Grady LeBaire, I saw in the backfield there, number 6 for the Bulldogs, getting a look here late in this one.
Noah Eidenschenk hustling off the field.
55, Tucker Johnson.
Jacob-
snap.
Jacob Harlow into the game, a fan favorite.
You can hear the crowd go wild. I have not seen Coach Kevin Kyle Holtz tonight, so I know they're cheering for Jacob. They get the Harlow chant going. Appears to be playing right tight end.
Hand off to Wozni here. Gets strung out just a little bit.
Third
Gust, believe it or not, on the tackle for the Eagles. Quite the game for Gavin Gust tonight.
Having no stats at our fingertips, just based upon what we've seen tonight, my player of the game for Dover Eyota would probably be Gavin Gust.
Absolutely.
He is a playmaker in all 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams. He proved to us that you got to know where he's at all times. As he slides out to that slot, makes a nice catch and run after the catch. 2 running backs in the game.
Tyler.
Lamb on the
Looking
keep.
Near side.
That's
looking for Eidenschenk, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be incomplete, I believe. Going to bring up a 4th down. We'll bring out the punting team. Special teams will remain special for the Bulldogs. Starters on the punt team are on the punt team from the time the first second rolls off till we hit that last zero. Don't usually make too many substitutions on special teams.
We haven't seen him since the first quarter. We got Ashton Kitch, number 8 back there. He's had a couple of impressive punts for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I hope he's kept that leg warm. We could use a good one now.
Ooh, Eagles almost get at him. That bounces past Gus. That's a Bulldog roll there.
Yeah, that was not a great kick by Kish, but he did get a great kick off the ground. He got a nice roll. That's going to end up being, that's got to be about a 65-yard punt, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That was a heck of a punt. Got a good roll there. The Eagles still fighting in this one. Got through the line, rushed him a little bit, kind of got that line drive, but it hit the ground just in front of Gust and then just bound for about another 20 yards back into Eagle territory.
And Gust let that one go, which was the right call on that low line drive. But sometimes that oblong football doesn't bounce the way you want it to.
75, Alfredo Martinez in for the Bulldogs.
Devin Hutchison in at that far defensive end.
Got 55 in. Tucker Johnson at the nose for the Bulldogs. 26 is Logan Dietrich, freshman inside linebacker.
Tucker Johnson is the nephew of Tyler Johnson, who was the
and there's Dietrich's on the far side with the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Tyler Johnson, the recipient of maybe the greatest fake punt in Bulldog history in the state semifinals. Tyler Johnson called that one in for a first down, and Tucker would be his nephew. I think Tucker's got great things in his future. I'm glad to see him get a little playing time here in this one.
Carter Coates in now for the Bulldogs on the line. I see 74, Ryan Schrader into the game. Looks like number 21, Jay Schumacher, another freshman in at safety. Noah Eidenscheik is in at the corner on the near side.
Tucker Johnson's mother once also made me a color wheel because she thought my clothes didn't match when I had her as a student.
Tackle by 5, Alex Hendricks.
Alex Hendricks into the game, making a tackle there from the safety position. We got 20 or 36. I think I saw Sam Ring into the game also for the Bulldogs.
Landon Leonard's on the carry. Bulldogs not ready.
Oh, shoots it out. Oh. That's behind the line.
That's behind the line, but was it backwards or forwards?
It was definitely backwards. They're going to give that to the Bulldogs.
52, Carter Counts.
Carter Counts on the recovery, number 52. Makes me feel good about the Bulldog game to come. We get some of these names we haven't heard before playing pretty well here in this game.
Just saw number 19, Ryan Postier, jogging off the field, was in on that last play as well. Brady Herber in the backfield now for the Bulldogs.
Never underestimate the power of good posture.
Hutchinson coming out the line.
Nothing.
I'm sorry, I missed. I'm trying to get these names out.
Oh.
Caden Peters jogging off here. Going to have a break late in this one. Heck of a game for Caden. Had an interception. Nice punt return. Did a solid job at the corner position.
Yep. I don't know if the Eagles saw something in that Bulldog secondary that they didn't like, which is why they have gone with more of a run attack than a pass out of that spread, or if they just normally are a little more run than pass. I don't know, but they've been predominantly a ground game tonight.
Got a flag on the field. Got a horse collar tackle, personal foul there as the Eagle defender is dragging down Wozni. Tough. Those defenders just reach out sometimes, as you just grab onto whatever you get there. His hand slid down, got Wozni by the jersey.
I feel like at
an extra
games,
15 yards.
I feel like at home games, Coach Lamb, prior to the game, should see if we can get those referees on that call to call that a dog collar instead of a horse collar.
I don't think they can do that.
In Stillwater, they do it. They call it a horse collar, and that's the home of the ponies. Denver.
All right, Kyler Lamb in at quarterback.
2 running backs. We got a couple of tight ends in the game.
LeBear Wozni. We got Harlow back in there on the near side, wide out. in Fall State.
Alfredo Martinez in there, number 75, was lined up in a tight end position. In high school football in Minnesota, the tight end, or you cannot report with an ineligible number and go out for a pass. So he can play tight end and he can block, but he can't go out for a pass in Minnesota.
Nice pickup there by Nick Wozni.
Yeah, pretty impressed with this line.
Yeah, you get some big bodies up there, young kids. Ryan Schrader in there getting a push.
Moving their feet.
Looks like 72. I think that's Drew Raymond on that as well. I think you just saw a 72 out there.
76, Jackson Welsh in the game. I believe that to be 76, playing on the nose for the Eagles. 58, Andrew Wendt at the defensive end. Looks like 52 on the far side. That's Aiden Gasper.
Got the victory formation here. Kyler Lamb's going to take a knee. That was a quick fourth quarter. Surprised me a little bit when I saw that victory formation.
Yes, it did. Well, that's a big win for the Bulldogs. They go to 2-0 on the season, scoring 68 points in 2 games. Bulldog offense seems to really be rolling, Coach Matty.
Yeah, absolutely. Passing game in the first game showed a lot of positive things out of them. Running game picked it up tonight. Hunter Tentis with a big night. You saw Nick Wozni at the end there with a couple of nice carries. Connor McGuire running the ball from the quarterback position. He was the leading rusher in the first game. Had a couple of rushing touchdowns tonight, and then that's just a stifling Bulldog defense tonight, shutting down the Eagles.
I know that we talked about Gavin Gus for the Eagles. I think if I had to pick a player of the game tonight for the Bulldogs, it's so hard to pick. So many. Cody Schneider on defense has a good night. Connor McGuire, just stellar. But I think I'm going to go, for me, I'm going to go with Hunter Tentis in a little breakout game. Had a tough night against Chatfield. Came back tonight, patient with his blocks, patient with his cuts, and he might have been close to 200 yards rushing tonight.
Yep, I think that's a good pick. I'm going to go ahead and give mine to Mr. Caden Peters.
Oh, yeah.
Electric's got the Bulldogs fired up with that 70-yard punt return in the first half. Got him started defensively with a pick, turned the Eagles over early, put the Bulldogs in a position to get their first touchdown. Just going to show the Bulldogs got just weapons galore out there. Peters going to play some wide out for the Bulldogs. You already know about Evers and Files. They were around last year. Connor McGuire's good on his feet. You got Tuntis. Should be a fun year watching the Bulldogs offense this year. But with all those weapons, they're going to be able to move people around, give teams some different looks. And I hope to see a lot more of those big plays.
And not only that, they're going to be fun to watch. All right, I'm going to get ready to sign off here. I'm going to give one last shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation. Absolutely cannot thank them enough for everything they do for us. They do for the kids in our community. Every single thing that they do makes it better for our kids.
And the Bulldogs are in action again next Friday at Zumbrota Mazeppa, taking on the Cougars. Well, that's it from Elgin tonight. Thank you, Coach Brighton. We're going to close things out, and we hope you tune in for all the home games here on the Bulldog Nation Foundation live streams of Bulldog football.